Welcome.
Welcome to the Everything Podcast, and in this episode I am going to be discussing the announcement of the 13th Doctor Adventures, Lionesses in Winter. I should mention I'm recording this episode on the 15th of September 2025. This was announced a few days ago on the 9th of September 2025, but due to work commitments I've not been able to record the episode yet. But I should also mention, you might notice that something's wrong with my voice. I have got a bit of a cold due to the change in weather in the UK, as it's quite cold at the moment. So I do apologise for that. Without further ado, let's get on to the discussion of the announcement of the 13th Doctor Adventures Lionesses in Winter. So the press release is titled A Royal Christmas for the 13th Doctor. As I mentioned, it was announced on the 9th of September 2025, and this is what the press release says. Jodie Whittaker and Mandip Gill head to Henry II's court in the 13th Doctor Adventures Lionesses in Winter, a thrilling full-cast audio drama due for release November 2025. Then we have the cover for Lionesses in Winter. So if you're watching the episode on YouTube, you should be able to see it. Obviously, if you're listening to the episode on Spreaker, you won't be able to see it. The third episode in the brand new audio adventures of the 13th Doctor is a historical trip for the Doctor, played by Jodie Whittaker, and Yaz, played by Mandip Gill, as the TARDIS takes them to December 1183, where King Henry II is preparing to spend the festive season with his family. Due to be released in November, the 13th Doctor Adventures Lionesses in Winter by Lisa McMullen, kicks off Big Finish's Yuletide celebrations for 2025. But the Plantagenets, not the easiest word to say, aren't the kind of family who have peaceful Christmases. There's plenty of drama and intrigue in the King's Court, and that's before the Doctor and Yaz discover they're not the only visitors from somewhere else in time and space. I've got a bit of a synopsis here. So England 1183, the court of Henry II, the Doctor and Yaz gatecrash a right royal, if terrifyingly dysfunctional, family Christmas as Henry's estranged wife Eleanor returns to spend Yuletide with the fam. The Doctor and Yaz uncover an imposter amongst them, but who are they really, and what do they want? Lionesses in Winter guest stars Kevin Mathurin, who you might know from Adele as Henry II and Prince Richard, and Deborah Baker, who you might know from Supercell as Eleanor of Aquitaine, as well as Dolly Webb as Henry's ward Alice, and Amadufus as Prince Philip and Prince John. We've got a bit of note from Lisa McMullen, the writer of the 13th Doctor Adventures Lionesses in Winter, who said, "Since the 13th Doctor was all about her fam, I wanted to write a story with family at the very heart of it. And Henry II, Eleanor of Aquitaine, and their children are the ultimate dysfunctional family. The most melodramatic soap has nothing on them. Eleanor has been banished from court after helping her son raise an army against his father, the king, her husband, but she's been allowed home for Christmas, and then the Doctor and Yaz rock up. On the surface, it's a festive romp, deck the halls and grab a mince pie for a right royal family Christmas, but the banter is barbed, and underneath the story is an exploration of how a family copes with grief and loss. Lionesses in Winter is the third of 12 forecast audio drama adventures for the 13th Doctor and Yaz, released bi-monthly. Obviously, first one was Vampire Weekend, which I recapped on the channel, and the second one was The Return of the Doctor, which I previewed on the channel, so please go check that out. And there is a news roundup of the 13th Doctor Adventures as well, so loads of 13th Doctor Adventures content on the channel. But there we go. So let me know what you thought of the announcement of the 13th Doctor Adventures Lionesses in Winter, as well as your planning on listening to it. Put your thoughts on both those in the comments below, as well as anything you want to see me cover on the channel, mainly previews, please. But yeah, put those in the comments below as well. Remember, also like, comment, subscribe. Just a reminder that the podcast is still available on YouTube, as it always has been. And please keep watching those episodes, as Matt spends a lot of time and effort adding loads of different things to those episodes. But the Spreaker episodes are there if you prefer to listen to the podcast. And you can find that either go to the Spreaker website looking for the Everything Podcast, or go to the podcast's X page and you should be able to find it there. But without further ado, I will see you in a future episode of the podcast. See you then. Goodbye.